Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to try to see if we can manage to build some cool advanced machinery. However, to do that in a reasonable amount of time, we are going to need a proper AE2 system, and what you see here won't do it. We must first fix that. The main issue is that many recipes require specific circuits and we can't mix or manage them with AE2. Also, most machines require some energy converter, which sometimes also has to be properly tweaked to match power ranges and meet the requirements of some specific recipes. And we could also want to have many welding machines for the various different jobs they can do. Not to talk about the extruders for the various shapes. So, let's get started with making a more capable AE2 setup. We are going to quickly procure ourselves with some laser equipment. Then we shall craft a bunch of the aforementioned machinery. To finish off, we take the lasers of our old system. And here we shall have the new version. We shall start by placing a crystal charger, which is basically a laser battery. And we can use laser fiber wire for cabling. To charge our battery, we shall use the laser we took before. Once we connect the power, we can see the battery starts glowing. And, after the hidden buffer is filled, it will start charging up. The issue is going to be that, once it will be filled, the lasers will keep running, wasting power at 4 times the production of our reactor. So we must control them using a redstone cover. To toggle it, we shall have some laser sensors, which we shall set to turn the laser on when there is laser flow in the input or the output. That way, once a machine starts, it will turn on the lasers. Then, they will keep working until the power they produce won't be flowing into the battery anymore. Now we can start laying down the machines and connect them to the laser pipe wire. And we must not forget the auto switch covers. Once we finish connecting the power and the output collector pipe, we can start dropping in the circuits for the different specific recipes. And that should take care of the circuit assemblers, laser cutters and welding machines. We shall also have 2 mask aligners. We are probably going to need more to avoid recipe conflicts. Next we are going to have an array of extruders, 1 for each shape. Also a setup for autoclaves. And a bunch more machines. It's hard to make it look nice because each machine has specific input and output sides. Finally, we have also automated the IC2 reactor. Now we only need a bunch of raw materials. We can get iridium and tungsten by sending our rocket to collect them from asteroids. However, we can't fully automate that. So we shall have a second void miner, this one for iron. And it was on this place that we have also found a nice but not so nice surprise, more oil. And once we cleaned it, the bedrock ores emerged. And thus, after assembling the structure, we also have an automatable infinite source of iron. To connect it to our base, we need an AE2 singularity, which we can make by compressing valuable items, such as 1/72 piles of stone dust. Finally, with the help of some bending machines, we are going to increase the capacity of our fission plant. We have also switched to using long-distance fluid pipelines due to some glitches with the P2PS. Luckily, the minimum distance has only been added by GTNH after the porting. So, we increased the size of everything and added a second boiler turbine dynamo train. And we have also merged the old reactor setup that was only distilling water at that point. And our new energy production accounts for 24 kilowatts. Now we are finally ready to craft the fusion reactor controller. To assemble it, while the rest of the parts are being made, we can scan the controller in a scanner with an USB 1.0 stick, which we take to a printer to get the manual on how to assemble the structure. Hopefully this will work even tough the printer run out of magenta. I'm fine with a black and white manual. Okay, it looks like we have to quickly make some magenta ink. We do that using botania flowers and some pumpkin seed oil. And the printer still doesn't work. And since in this time we managed to complete all the parts for the reactor, we shall make a new room for it and then start building it. As usual, it is a giant donut. This time, it also has some circuitry in the inside. To power it, we are going to need both electricity and laser energy. So we shall connect both of them to the reactor. And we need plasma-proof materials for the output. The first thing we are going to fuse is silicon that will convert stone into iron. As you can see, the reactor first heats up a lot of EU to start the reaction. Then, it will glitchily get some laser from our giant battery and turn on the yellow lights, thus giving us some iron plasma, which we shall cool down into a large plasma turbine. That will also make quite a lot of power, and it looks like we get no iron out of that setup. Anyways, that was not the reason why we built the reactor. There are quite a lot of things we can do with it now, like getting into Avarisha, Draconic Evolution or Matter Override. And we still have to work on the Particle Collider and the Bio Lab. But we can leave that for the next episodes. Bye bye.